Hello again, Thetymix here. Welcome back to more of Let's Play Falling Down the Mountain, Getting Over It with Bennett Foddy. And, yeah, obviously I'm not super thrilled to be back here. Last episode I was so close to getting over the ice hill, and then quite far now. The big challenge here, biggest part of it, is going to be getting past Orange Hell and the jumps that follow that. Because I think once I get back to... Once I get back... Oh, good. Anyway. As I was saying, I think that once I get back to, the top hat area, the anvil jump... It's a lot more secure up there. And I think I can get back to Orange Hell relatively easily. But getting past it, that's a part I haven't mastered yet, and I wasn't planning on doing it again. But, well, here we are. I am doing it again. So that's sort of the layout of how I expect this to go. Of course, I didn't expect to be back here, so who knows what's going to happen. Not the smoothest transition there, but I'm not too worried about these sections. Perhaps I should be a little more than I am, but I don't think so. Okay, that was close. But even the last time, I wasn't having much trouble with the steps. It was more what comes after, so... And, well, there's that. Messing it up, but I still look at the steps as it's an area that I'm confident in, despite that mistake of, release point being slightly too late. It's sort of an old friend now, much like the Devil's Chimney and the concrete wall. I don't have that sense of this is going to be a big challenge. That, whereas there was a time when I spent hours and hours, couldn't get by it. But I don't have anything near that anymore. That's reserved for only a few parts. Pretty much Orange Hell and then everything at, the bucket area and beyond. It's the only parts that I really consider truly difficult at this point. The ice hill, of course, being the most prominent, as I've come close to getting by it several times now, but have not actually fully achieved that. So let's go for a better jump here. Ooh, it wasn't much of a better jump, but I think it's going to get the job done. Okie dokie. Steps done. Let's see how we can manipulate the 5 jumps. That was shaky. That was definitely shaky. I like that better. Really? Really? Oh goodness, I just pushed off too far away on that bed jump. I thought I'd have plenty of room to grab it, and I didn't. Okay. Well. Yep. Okay. I'm not particularly thrilled with that whole rigmarole there that just happened.
Oh no.
Would like to be able to not spend so much time on this. Yuck.
Oh.
What was that? Definitely gotta be more effective. Yes, that's what we call a full swing around arc with a hammer. Okay, that was very nearly some more wasted time.
Oh.
And here we are again. Almost slipped off there. That was a little dangerous. Really? Goodness, I was about ready to jump up, and then I just totally... just slight mouse movement the wrong way is all it takes. This is pretty ugly so far. This is not what I was looking for here. And even that one, barely saving it. Like, I'm saving a number of things from being worse, but the fact that I'm having to do that in the first place is just not a whole lot of fun. What the heck? I've never done that before. Always finding new ways to screw things up. Always new adventures, new things that I can do to make myself fall.
No.
Guess I need to be a little bit more cautious here. My jumps over are not the greatest, but if I can keep grabbing about halfway up here, it'll be fine. Assuming I don't have a problem like I did last time.
Oh.
And there we are. Okay.
Whoop.
Let's not shove off the wall this time, please. That's much more under control.
Whoop.
Whoa, that's almost falling off, is what that is. Not great, but not terrible there.
Ugh.
And everything's a little bit jerky. It's not smooth. It's not horrible. Whoa. Yeah, banged into the bed and barely made it. It's not horrible. It's just not as good as it's going to need to be further on. So, adequate here is not adequate further up the mountain.
Whoop. Whoop.
So it looks like I'm about to get my first crack at Orange Hell for the day. And I don't really feel that I'm ready for it, the way things are going right now, but you never know what's going to happen, and of course, it doesn't really matter if you're ready, if that's what's up next. Let's be a little vindictive here. Get rid of the orange this time. Whew. Almost swung over too far and pushed off of that second rock. But we saved it. It's funny how these rocks getting up here looked really, really dangerous the first time, and now they almost... I'm not going to say they look routine, but they're not intimidating at all. I just expect things to work correctly. Except, like, I haven't actually slipped off like that very much at all before, so I expect things to work correctly, he says, and then, oh my goodness, almost just shoved off by turning the hammer the wrong way. And those are the kind of mistakes I just would like to not be having. Yeah, that there. It's not a mistake, but it's dangerous. It's not, or not an actual fall, but it's a dangerous mistake that could lead to a fall. Right there. Okay. Let's see about this. Oh my goodness! I had the grip. I just didn't quite stick the landing. Didn't quite pull myself up and over. It was a good jump. Got myself up there plenty high enough. And just propelled myself a little bit away. Release point just a little bit too early as I tried to transition myself up. I mean, that was just, it was close. It was close to passing what I'm going to consider the most difficult part of this. Okay. Well, this is going to take some work. Very doable. Just going to take some work. Don't even think about doing that anymore. Yep. Okay. Okay. Nope. Almost saved it there, but didn't quite. Come on now, let's quit. Boy, I really wish I could get this swing up onto the slide to be a lot more smooth at this point. Given how many times I've done it. See, there it goes again. I'm getting up there high enough. It's just the timing of when to let go of the one when I'm on the rake. It's when to let go of this one. That's a jump where it's all about the release point, and rarely have I been able to consistently hit that release point dead on. It's been more of a, how am I going to compensate for it? Oh my goodness. You just had to move the hammer over more. Lots of errors here. Lots of mistakes. Really? Oh, come on. Really? Boy, I am just futzing about with relatively elementary parts by comparison. There again, I hit the edge of the slide. It pushes me away. Managed to recover it, but a lot of looseness there. A lot of not the best execution. I almost jerked myself off the end here, being in such a hurry, and barely hangs on to the end. I'm glad that landing didn't bounce, or I'd have been sent flying like that! Like, oh my goodness, that's another thing. I've never lost that part that way before, and here I go, just finding new ways to screw up. I mean, goodness. I've had one almost success at Orange Hell in 15 minutes, and the rest of the time I've just spent doing this nonsense. Ugh. Really? Come on. Yeah. See, now that is more like what I'd like to do, but that was a nearly perfect release point. That's hard to nail. Decent. Not great, not terrible. And that'll do it. Okay. Let's see about getting up there again. 5 jumps time. What the heck was that?
No.
Tried to swing around too early, hit the underside of the roof, but got away with it, thankfully, because it just barely clicked it as I went by. Didn't totally destroy my momentum.
Oh.
Almost was too late swinging around, but I did eventually get there. Yep, and hit the very top edge of the bed. So that part was once again not smooth, but it was adequate. And number 5 here. Nope, Can't jump straight up in the air on that. I've got to get some leftward motion. There it is. A little bit of a bounce, but hanging on to it. Okay. Orange Hell, take 2. No! I was worried I was going to push off too far to the left and not be able to reach back over. And the funny thing is, that's almost never been the problem. Because I actually get too close, and then I swing over and either hit the rock above or, you know, do that when I do have a problem with that jump, which is not very often. You know, hitting the rock on my way up.
No.
And therefore killing my momentum and pushing myself away from it. So. Oh. Barely the very bottom rung. I'm going to laugh if I pull this off. Probably will too. I can do this. Just barely got the hammer in there. Of course, when you're swinging it up through that way, like swinging it between yourself and the steps, there's always very much the risk of simply pushing yourself away. But there's not room to swing the hammer around. So it's really the only way to accomplish that. Okay. You swing the hammer around the other way, of course, you slam it into the shelving from down there, which is what makes it tough if you don't grab further up. Not what we were looking for there. So I'm doing what I might consider reasonably adequate at the moment. But not at a level that's just consistent. I mean, I think I am gradually getting somewhat better here, though. Hopefully that continues. And see, that's a lot smoother. Just a steady rotating over, under control. That was until I blew the landing. Because I had the hammer where I wanted, I just didn't set it down smoothly. I kind of banged it off and then bounce, and away you go. Well, couldn't stick that landing either. There's one. There's 2.
Oh.
There's 0. Actually, negative. Outstanding.
Oh.
At least I managed to hold on to that one. Come on. Yes, shove off of it completely because you didn't. You just pushed off the steps. Didn't come around so you can grab them from the top. Oh boy. Just got the hammer over there in time. Almost managed to screw that up, but not quite. I want to give myself a bit more margin for error because I think I'm holding the hammer too close to the end. And then it doesn't matter because I'm right in position and I blow the landing. Don't get over there in time. It's like I'm physically leaning to the side trying to get my where I want to be. And of course that doesn't help. And look at that. That was almost... Oh, that was almost terrible. Yeah, I should have enough control now that I can handle that better. Of course, if I had that much control, guess where I wouldn't be, but nonetheless.
Oh, no.
Well, not picture perfect, but we're back. Cleaning off. There we go. That's the best I've done that so far. Should be a simple hop from here. Yep. That's not what I'm looking for.
Oh. Whoop. Whoop. Oh.
Boy, having the darndest time with these initial couple of jumps at the moment. Need to be more focused, I think. There's one. Good thing that one has a margin for error because I'm using it on a lot of these attempts. Ooh, almost didn't bring the hammer over enough. This is one I've been struggling with some today, and just barely that time. It's because I'm not quite totally vertical. I'm either just banging into the top of the bed or I'm pushing myself away from it like I did there, so I don't... I've got to reach over and there's a risk of banging off something or not quite being close enough to the bed. Well, not the best swing over, but enough. Yes, let's not blow the first part of this now that we're back up here. Let's at least give ourselves a chance at that jump that we almost nailed the first time. Make sure I get myself out far enough. There it is. That was the best one so far on that. You just gotta trust. Unless you really push yourself out there, you're going to have plenty of room to reach back. It's really uncomfortable. He's like, well, if I don't swing over enough, I'm going to, it's really psychologically a bit of a challenge there. And here we go. Nope. Nope. Dang it. Well, I just needed more on the jump on that one. Just needed more power on it. There's no two ways about that. Oh, how nice. What a wonderful fail that was. Let's try this little hop again. Yeah. It really should not be a problem. It was at one point due to me not being able to execute that very well. Because I just bang into the side instead of going straight up along it. But I have to do straight jumps so often now. Control the vector that it's less problematic. So it's interesting how going through, you have different ways to complete parts. Many of them, not all of them. Once you get better at certain techniques. Even better. That was beautiful. Come on. It just needs a little more to get under that. There we are. Let's just make sure we stay right over here. I think on this part I'm going too far over to the right. Yeah. Going up more and just reaching over for the obstacle more. Oh my goodness! How many times am I going to pull that kind of nonsense today? Obviously, the answer is at least once more. Yep. Too late on the release point. Bang off the end of the slide. Reach over for nothing but air. Classic maneuver. Did it again, but recovered it. It's amazing how I've done it so much that I am consistently able to get that part very wrong. Just the release point off the rake. There's a lot of other parts, like the transition over the steps being an example, where the release point is fairly calibrated. It's got to be really close, but most of the time I pretty much hit that mark, or I'm close to where I want to be. It's a little bit off, but it's, sometimes it's right on. I almost never seem to get that release point right on over by the slide. Nope, alright, let's... that was iffy. Okay. Almost tried to fall my way back down, but I did not. And yeah, these first two, I really think that I've just gotten into a habit of too far over, not far enough up. Yep, I like that better. Now let's not screw up the next part now that we've done that. And these, it's because the swinging over part has to be more precise. I think that's what I'm having the problem with. That is very good. It was actually a little bit too aggressive, but it worked well. I almost managed to mess it. No, I tried to throw myself back down. Good grief. Banged into the end of it just a little bit there, but not enough for it to be a problem. No, don't. Oh my goodness. Oh, I gave myself a heart attack there. Why would you try to throw yourself off the cliff that way? Alright, need to make sure I get enough on it this time. Yeah. Just looking for a way to just set myself down like I've done on a couple of the jumps up top. That just doesn't seem to be a good option. Yep. Option here, so I want to be just above it. Oh my goodness, I could have had it. Could have had it. Cut short the arc as I swung around again. Wow. Yep. Slam yourself off the end of the slide. Boy, is that ever not the way to do it. Whew. Okay. Oh, that's just annoying.
No.
Again, just every time.
Oh.
It seems like. Off the end of the slide. Off the end of the slide. Off the end of the slide. As if that's like the right way. It isn't the right way. It's not close to the right way. Okay. Whew. All right. Onward and upward, I hope. I'll take that. Okay. And we're back again for another shot. Starting to get more regular opportunities over here, which is good. Next step is actually, I almost pushed myself too far away that time, actually getting past it. But I've had probably 3 jumps over here that were good enough. Twice I haven't circled the hammer around properly to grab the... Oh my goodness! Hold it! Oh! Yes, as I was saying, twice I haven't circled the hammer around properly, and once I did, and then I couldn't stick the landing. But when you do stuff like that, it just doesn't matter. You know, you stop the attempt before it starts. Look at that. Just, I can't. Even that, everything's just like a struggling flail trying to make adjustments with every jump because it's not smooth in the least. Wow. Just wow. I don't really have anything else to say about that other than what in the world am I freaking doing?
No.
And that time the release point's just a hair too early and I just swing up past it.
Oh no.
You know, I don't even think I want to jump off that slide anymore, off that rake anymore. I really don't. I'm going to try to reinvent the wheel here, which may be dumb. Probably is dumb. But if I stop. Just stop doing that. Well, maybe... I don't know. Ha ha! Again, so close to even further disastrous fail. I'm not even...
No.
Pushing off of it again. Ugh.
Oh, no.
And yeah, I mean, if I could... That one, I just almost hit the edge of the slide. If it had been slightly further to the left or right, it would have been a big problem. So it would have banged off or floated too far away. I'm jumping... I need to jump less high up there. I just need to get a little bit of a loop up off the rake and then just reach up for the slide. I think that's going to work better. So I don't want to stop. I don't want to just be trying to do things the way I always have when it isn't working well for me. I want to try to be like, okay, if I'm stuck down here again, let's find a better way to do it with the things that I've learned, instead of beating my head against that wall. And I've done a fair amount of that today, but I'd like to not stay in that mode. Well, I could have done without slipping that step down. It's kind of an important one in this section. Up! No! Well, with that, I'm going to call it a day. Yeah, I should have gotten past Orange Hell today. There's no question about it. Dumb mistakes. Being a little bit impatient, but mostly dumb mistakes. I'm getting back up there. It's happening. Eventually. At some point. Until it does, thanks for watching. I'll see you soon.